And this is the news from Spy TV.
This domain is a hub of shipping activities.
The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, has said in the past 4 years, Nigerian Navy has confiscated over 8.1 million barrels of stolen crude oil and about 21 million liters of kerosene. Vice Admiral Ogala disclosed these at the International Press Conference of the 8th edition of Heads of Navy's Coast Guard Symposium at Naval Headquarters, Abuja. Vice Admiral Ogala, who was represented by the Chief of Training and Operations, noted that efforts have greatly curbed oil thefts, and this has led to a significant increase in Nigeria's crude oil production output from 1.23 million barrels in October 2022 to 1.8 million barrels in October 2024, as reviewed by the NUPRC.
Over the years, the Nigerian Navy emplaced measures to address the scourge of oil theft, and some of these include intelligence-led patrols, robust maritime domain awareness, and the choke point management and control regime, involving the deployment of naval security stations at strategic choke points within the creeks to deny oil thieves freedom of action. In the past 4 years, the Nigerian Navy has confiscated over 8.1 million barrels of stolen crude oil, 86,500 metric tons of illegally refined HEO, 788,312 liters of illegally sourced premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, and about 21 million liters of kerosene. Other arrests include about 120 barges, 181 speedboats, 1,453 wooden boats loading with stolen products, as well as 118 vehicles conveying stolen petroleum products. During this period, the Nigerian Navy also deactivated over 1,528 illegal refining sites and 8,790 storage tanks, and arrested 392 suspected oil thieves. The suspects were handed over to relevant law enforcement agencies for further investigation and prosecution.
He also announced the Nigerian Navy 2024 Symposium of Heads of Navies of Gulf of Guinea countries to be hosted by the Nigerian Navy in partnership with the European Union and the French Navy.
The event will feature strategic sessions on regional and international cooperation for maritime security, maritime domain awareness, and information sharing, as well as legal and regulatory framework for maritime security operations. Heads of navies of Gulf of Guinea countries and representatives of regional and international organizations will participate in the 3 days.
In another development, the Acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Lufemi Oluyede, has solicited for the support of the Senate for increase in budgetary allocation for the Nigerian Army to enable it to provide more conducive accommodation for soldiers and to acquire modern combat enablers. Lieutenant General Oluyede made the appeal when he received the Senate Committee on Army, led by Senator Abdulaziz Musa Yar'Adua, on a condolence visit to the Army headquarters in Abuja.
It's important for me to reiterate that Nigeria belongs to all of us. And without your support, it will be very difficult for us to secure Nigeria. So I want to really appeal to you, very eminent personality of Nigeria, to just please support us and make our job very easy so that we can help secure Nigeria as much as possible. Over time, we've had situations where the resources are credible to the Nigerian Army, keeps dwindling. So I think this is a very good forum for me to appeal that maybe in considering next year's budget, a few very important issues should be noted as it affects the Nigerian Army. For instance, in the last couple of years, we've been recruiting about 15,000 personnel But I can tell you that not a single support has been given in terms of their accommodation. So I can just imagine if at some point we were able to checkmate all the security challenges, where those people will retire. It's something that gives me sleepless night. So I want to appeal to the National Assembly to please consider these very critical issues, as well as other combat enablers that can help us do our job better, especially in areas of technology, so that we can help secure Nigeria.
Earlier, the Chairman Senate Committee on Army, Senator Abdulaziz Musayar Odua, described late Army Chief Lieutenant General Tariq Ladaja as a very practical officer and a very knowledgeable of military operations.
We are here today. There is nothing more that we can say that has not been said about the late Chief of Army Staff. He was a very practical officer, very knowledgeable in the conduct of his affairs as the Chief of Army Staff. In many occasions, we had very robust engagement with him. Very practical and very, very honest. And that, I think, is what marks him out. Because the late Chief of Army Staff was somebody that will always say it as it is. Where he thinks he's wrong, he says it. On that note, we are here to condole with you, the officers and men of the Nigerian Army, and we pray that God will console his family, the Nigerian Army, and the nation in general. We'll give you the same and even more strength to sustain the tempo of operation in order to secure this nation. We also wish to extend our hand of fellowship, of cooperation and excellent relationship as we had with the late Chief of Army Staff, and I'm very hopeful, having known you as a brother. We have been in the trenches together, and I know you have the same qualities of the late Chief of Army Staff, so I have no doubt that we are going to have a very robust and excellent relationship and collaboration with you.
The committee chairman assured the acting cohorts of support for him to continue with the legacy of Ladaja and urged the Nigerian Army to deploy technology in the fight against terrorism. The Nigeria Police Force has joined all the governmental groups and NGOs to observe the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, a campaign that aims to raise awareness and mobilize action to end all forms of violence against women and girls.
In Nigeria. Reports at the National Demographic and Health Survey reveal that 30% of women aged 15 to 49 have experienced physical violence, with many suffering abuse at the hands of intimate partners. I'm going to be summarizing this like this. We are only here to speak to the IGP that you should please help us to tell all our policemen and women across the nation that when we have issues of gender-based violence at the police station, we want to get justice. We want to get justice. We want to get justice.
The recent implementation of the comprehensive police gender policy, along with the appointment of a dedicated gender advisory, signifies the dedication of the Nigeria Police Force to the mission to foster gender inclusivity and a safe society for all. In another development, the Inspector General of Police officially decorated the recently promoted Deputy Inspector General of Police, DIG Ari Mohammed, as a coordinating DIG for the North Central region.
Well-wishers, families of newly appointed Deputy Inspector General of Police, Ali Ari Mohammed. The newly appointed officer happens to be my coursemate in the police academy. We were trained together in the police academy. He's someone I know very well. I know he's a very hard-working officer. He's an officer who has proved himself in several sensitive positions that he has had the opportunity of occupying in the course of his career in the police force. I am happy and proud of him that today he's been appointed as the Deputy Inspector General of Police.
The stronghold of Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorist enclaves in Kukawa and Mondino areas of Borno State, Nigeria, have been weakened after troops of Sector 3 operating under the Multinational Joint Task Force (MNJTF) in a decisive conducted a successful operation. Chief Military Information Officer Lieutenant Colonel Olaniyi Oshoba, in a press statement, revealed that troops dealt a significant blow to Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists, and the operation resulted in the elimination of terrorists and recovery of valuable assets. Olayemi Eso, Spy TV.